tagline too. Well, we don't have to, but like, you know, we talked about Hot Girl Summer.
What should our tagline be?
Well, maybe
Hot
not a
Girl
tagline,
Summer.
but
I like
let's
that.
just talk about something like ease into the conversation.
Something
Like, why don't you be like, why don't you say something about like, oh, did you see a new show? This new show?
you should talk about the show that you keep telling me to watch. That's on my watch list.
Oh my God, Off Campus. Oh my God,
Off
Garrett.
Campus. Garrett.
Where have you been my whole life?
Oh my God, I gotta let my dog in.
Wait,
It's like
did
a
you
zoo
start
in
it?
here? Yeah, we started.
No, did you start Off Campus?
No,
I'm
I'm
live
watching
anymore
Real
until you-
Housewives of Salt Lake
No,
City.
no. You don't understand. This is life-changing show.
Come.
This, like, really, I don't even know how to tell you any other way to stop everything you're doing and, like, watch the show.
I will watch it. It's my next show.
No, you're not getting the severity.
I'm not getting the severity of it. You know it's based on books, because I was reading about it, because you were talking to me about it.
I know somebody in our circle that just bought all of them.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Okay, guys, so watch Off Campus.
Watch Off Campus.
Oh, and did you ever watch Sex Life that I told you to watch on Netflix? I've told you to watch it a bunch of times. You have to watch it.
Okay, but this is like that. This is like that.
Also, what's good about Sex Life, by the way, is it's only 2 seasons and then it finishes. So you really can wrap it up.
Well, maybe I'll start tonight, but I have another one, Rivalry, and I have a lineup.
Okay, but
so
please start that.
I will. That's why people Off Campus, like, don't live anymore until you start doing this show.
How do your kids watch shows or movies?
You know what? We haven't really been doing screen time anymore.
When you say screen time, your kids are watching television, but you're not letting them on iPads. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, both. We kind of one day went cold turkey. Before I gave them all the screen time, I let them sit on the TV, watch TV, whatever they wanted that was kid friendly. Yeah. And then I even gave them iPads before bed. Yes, I did. It relaxed them. I don't really necessarily...
Hashtag no judgment.
Yeah, I don't necessarily completely buy into the screen time. It keeps you more awake. It affects your sleep. Fine. I did go to school for biology. I'm a scientist. I consider myself at heart. I know that there's data, but I'm not really like that sold on that yet.
I know someone whose daughter watches on her iPad before bed, and she's fine.
You? Yeah.
But I personally know my son would stay up for 2 hours.
Oh, really?
And push himself to stay up, so I do not give him his iPad before bed.
For me, it was always like, provided that you're doing well in school and you're being social and you're not having any issues in school, then I didn't really monitor that. And you know what was interesting is it got to the point where it was affecting my daughter and I didn't even know. Yeah, and thank God somebody who's really brilliant, who you know, pointed that out to me. And then one day I was like, you know, she actually said to me, you need the TV and the iPad needs to be broken now. And I was like, my God, you're right. And basically, she was having a hard time kind of everywhere. Like at school, she wasn't participating in, you know, dance class anymore. She just wasn't herself. And I really felt like, oh my God, where did you go? Where did my daughter go? I just felt like there was such a shift in her personality. And she would say to me, she'd fight me before school and say, Mom, I just want to watch TV. I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV. I don't want to go to school. This is what I want to do. She kept bringing up the TV, and then before dance class, my other daughter was dancing, so I gave her my phone to watch TV before dance, and then she didn't want to do it, and so
it was like basically she was choosing to watch something on the phone than dance class.
She just kind of like was more comfortable doing that and didn't want to get into the motions of doing it. So I just felt, wow, this was all in front of me, and she was literally telling me, hey, I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV, and it didn't dawn on me that the TV became a problem. Right. And so we just kind of cut that out, and we cut out iPad time, and I saw a major change back in her personality, I would say, within a month and a half. It was a lot affecting her.
Relate to that.
It was just so affecting her growth, building a sense of confidence, putting herself in situations where she needs to learn and play with other friends in social situations. You know, they're nervous. She's little. She's only 3, so she was nervous to go into dance class and all those natural feelings with growth. And I just felt like, wow, I had no idea that this was affecting her. So we really just cut out screen time, and, you know, the TV works now. It's been about 3 months.
The TV didn't work.
The TV was in, and the iPads were broken. and the guy who's going to come fix it was on his way. He hasn't come over yet, and it works. And when it's once in a while, it's now something super educational. Like,
that's great.
But what I mean by super educational is like Miss Frizzle. You know, there's a storyline, something that they can.
It's not garbage.
It's not garbage. I loved Miss Frizzle, and they loved the Miss Frizzle book. We still go to movies like, you know, every like now and then, but yeah, I
think there's a difference between movies and iPads. From my just knowledge and research, and I know there's so many different opinions, it's not so much the television, it's the iPad. There's something about the way, you know, or the phone, like the screen and the way it locks them in. And listen, my kids do watch on an iPad sometimes. If they're going to watch, I prefer for them to watch on the TV, for sure.
Yeah?
For sure, absolutely. I would pick the TV over anything with screen. But with that said, I much prefer my kids to be doing other activities than watching TV or being on an iPad.
Yeah.
I have boys. Thank goodness they're very into playing outside and being in nature and things like that. So I oftentimes don't have to push it. But there are times where I've said, you are on your iPad too much. Turn it off and go do something, because you're starting to just be whiny.
The way it was explained to me was it can become an addiction. Being relaxed on the couch.
Right, absolutely.
Sitting there.
We didn't grow up like that.
I don't know. We had TV.
No, TV. We didn't grow up with iPads.
We had TVs in every single room, even our bedrooms, and it was never an issue. We were always still playing outside, but
that was like me. We had TVs, but we were outside so much.
So were we. I'm very thankful somebody else who had a lot more wisdom in this area pointed it out to me, but it was completely in front of me that the screen was really affecting her. And
no, absolutely. I agree. I think if you can avoid the iPad as much as possible, but I will also say that I do give my kids the iPad still, and I do bring it, and I know I'll get judgment for this, I do bring it to restaurants, because I would rather, and again, they don't always sit and just watch. Yes, but quickly. They don't always just sit and watch it the whole time that they're at the restaurant. But I like to have it there because, to be honest, I would rather my kids be sitting nicely at a restaurant than fussing and screaming when there's patrons.
I hear you.
And I agree. There has to be a balance, but I also know that there's parents who don't let iPad at all. And they would think that maybe I give it too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's really hard to figure out a balance. I was down on myself because I was like, oh, how could I have missed this? Like, of course that's the answer.
But you can be down on yourself about that, because sometimes you don't know those things.
I had no idea.
Realize.
I feel like she's back to her old self, and I feel like she's just thriving. She's back being a toddler and taking on new experiences and coping with them and not just trying to stay home.
Absolutely. Listen, for all of us, we are just trying to survive and to get through it.
We're trying to do our best.
We're doing our best, and obviously you have to set boundaries and rules for your kids. I always just try to look as though every mom is trying their best.
I think so.
And, you know, maybe the mom that is pushing the iPad in front of their kid more is the mom who's just really, really tired or is going through something else, or their kids have, you know,
yeah, but
you
this
just
is
never
when
know the
I think,
backstory.
Yes, you don't ever know the backstory, but this is when I do think you have to be what I tell myself, army, soldier, strong. If you're tired, then you shouldn't just give your kid the iPad because you're tired. You know, this is when, like, you need to get up, do some jumping jacks, get your endorphins up, get your energy back up. And, you know, like we talk about this, like, good parenting is hard. It's tiring.
Right.
You know, bad parenting is easy.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm a parent expert, because I'm not. And that's the other thing. If you meet somebody and they have 3 kids and they say to you, I'm an expert because I have 3 kids, just run away from that person. Every kid is so different.
So different.
My point being is that it's all hard to juggle.
It is. And when I was saying that the mom that, let's say, shoves the iPad, I agree with you. There's probably are some moms that are just like, you know what, I just need it to be easier right now. But I
get that too, because I have those
like
days, and that totally happens.
I have those days a lot, actually. You know, for example, and again, no judgment here. Oftentimes now, when my kids eat dinner, which a lot of parents would never do this, I put the TV on. Oftentimes, I sit with my kids now at dinner every night. It's usually the 3 of us, but oftentimes the TV's on in the background. But if I get up, they're still eating quietly and they're watching, and I'm okay with that. Then there are times, though, where it's just one of those days where it's been difficult, And I know that if I have the iPad on in front of my younger son, again, he'll still eat dinner, but he'll just be laser focused on that iPad. And I don't like to do it a lot, but there are some days where you just need it to be easier because it's been a hard day.
I think everything's a balance, and I think that's the hard part, to figure out, what is the balance.
Right, and there has to be a balance. And there's plenty of times where I know it's going to be harder if I don't do that, and I don't do it. But it just depends on the day. I always think like no day is the same. There are some days with motherhood and I think, wow, I really managed things really well. All the things I had to do and the kids were easier today and et cetera, et cetera. And then there's some days where I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm freaking just in quicksand and I'm just like sinking and I can't get out. And then the next day could be entirely different. Which is something so wild about motherhood.
It's such a roller coaster.
It's such a roller coaster.
I must have been super tired today because I fell asleep. Like, I get to the gym a little bit early because I want to get out of my house and I want to have fresh air and new scenery. And I fell asleep in the car.
Are you serious?
Before the gym class.
Like, you parked?
I parked.
And you just
I locked the doors and I fell asleep.
How long did you fall asleep for?
Probably like
oh my god, you must have been really tired.
Well, I felt super tired today and then...
Did you end up going to the gym?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah. When I woke up, I was like, oh, I didn't want to go to the gym. I'm like, I was asleep. And
when when motherhood exhaustion has really hit you.
It's funny because I feel like we all just need a nap. Kids need a nap. I need a nap. Everyone just needs a nap.
I know. I'm not good about napping, but there are times where I'm just like, wow, I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I must have been really tired today.
That's when I have my 3 or 4 p.m. cup of coffee. I need a caffeine rejuvenation. That happens to me almost every day.
I don't drink caffeine.
I love coffee. I'm fueled by coffee.
Yeah.
And a little bit of wine.
I try to be coffee. Oh, I'm fueled by San Pellegrino.
I actually like Pellegrino, but I'm not fueled by it.
Fueled by it. Like, I look forward to it.
Cannot function without coffee. I'm like a
really
1 to 3 cup a day gal.
Yeah, I never have it.
Love it. Swear by it.
I used to drink so much coffee and I just don't anymore.
Oh no, I can't manage that.
Wow.
That's actually one of the hardest things about pregnancy for me was only being able to have 1 cup of coffee.
Is that the recommendation?
Yeah. But back to screen time. This was your topic, your pick. What do you want
I just want to know if anybody else has gone through something similar. Maybe it wasn't specifically screen time that was right in front of you and you just had no idea that this was happening and affecting your child.
Moms will
It could be
now,
anything.
but I'm saying from you discussing this and bringing it up, maybe there are some moms who now might say, oh wow.
It's a hard thing to kind of gauge and judge. I mean, especially because, to your point, iPads are newer, and so you don't really know what to look out for, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
But maybe there were other things that may have happened that, you weren't really aware, and you were like, wow, this is affecting my kid's personality. I mean, I'd love to know, as I'm sure you also, that if anything that you've noticed or experienced.
Absolutely.
Drop us a note or send us a message and we can talk about it. All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.